video starts now with breaking news.
And we do continue to follow breaking news this morning. The search is on right now for this man, 29-year-old Othel Wallace. Police say he shot a Daytona Beach officer in the head last night. That officer is out of surgery in critical condition at Halifax Health Medical Center. There is a $100,000 reward for information leading to Wallace's arrest. We can tell you that the officer is just 26 years old. Police are also telling us that as a young man, typically you would have your family there, you would have your wife, you might have your children. He has his mom there at the hospital, hoping and praying that her son pulls through. We also want to let you know, as you continue to look at this image of Othel Wallace, police say he may be driving a gray 2016 Honda HR-V that bears a California license plate. There was a press conference that happened just about 15 minutes ago with Chief Jakari Young, who talked about the officer still being in critical condition this morning and that we should all continue to pray for that officer. One of the other things he said is that when something like this happens, it kind of speaks to the fact that we are trying to change the narrative, he says, in terms of the relationship between police and the community.
So I'm grateful for every agency that's responded over here tonight to help us, because they're committed to staying out here until we get this coward in custody.
The desperate search for the gunman going on for some 9 hours. It does continue this morning. Fox 35's team of reporters bringing you breaking updates every hour since 10 o'clock last night. Ryan Elijah is leading our coverage this morning from the field. We'll check in with Ryan in just about 30 seconds or so. In the meantime, good morning to you, Central Florida. I'm Danielle Knotts.
And I'm Kristen Gian. It's just a horrific story, and those updates just coming into the newsroom right now. Breaking, Daytona Beach police officer fighting for his life at Halifax Medical Center.
The department sharing this body camera video to help catch that suspect who is accused of shooting the officer in the head.
What's going on?
Sit down. Sit.
Sir.
Can you sit down? I'll talk to you.
Okay.
Stop.
Come on now.
Sit.
Come on now. Don't do this.
Sit down.
Why are you asking me do I live here?
Do you live here? Yes or no?
What's going on though? Who?
Charlie 777.
No, back up.
Stop.
Man.
Stop. Stop, man.
The officer, as you can see there, was being very respectful to this young man, but things went south very, very quickly. Sheriff Mike Chitwood says this is the man they are looking for. Again, we want to give you another look. You can't see this image enough. 29-year-old Othel Wallace is believed to be driving a gray 2016 Honda HR-V with California license plate 7TNX532. The sheriff is offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to Wallace's arrest. And right now, that manhunt for Wallace does enter the morning hours.
Yes, this all started last night, again, just before 9 o'clock. The officer was investigating a suspicious incident near Kingston Avenue. Ryan Elijah is there live this morning, leading our breaking coverage. Ryan, out of respect for the family, the department is not releasing the officer's name at this time.
You're right. Obviously, we know he's a 26-year-old. And all that we're talking about, this all took place behind me. It is an apartment complex. Behind this complex, I just walked back there. There's a row of cars that are parked there. That's where the incident took place, in front of some shrubs that were back there. Interestingly enough, there are also a number of cameras on this building. We don't know if they were working. We don't know if police have that video, but certainly a lot of cameras in addition to the body camera that we saw there. As for the scene right now, it's a very quiet scene, obviously very different than it was several hours ago. We've seen a couple Daytona Beach police cruisers come through here. We've seen a lot of people this morning waking up from these surrounding apartments. There's actually apartments all around this unit waking up. Some know what happened, others wondering why their neighborhood is so busy this morning. But when you talk about law enforcement, obviously some very heavy hearts and some very angry hearts by what they saw on that video. We've got team coverage, and we continue what is a massive manhunt this morning in Daytona Beach and certainly in Volusia County. Let's go to Amanda McKenzie. She has the latest on this, as this is now stretching into several hours, Amanda.
That's right. So people have been on the scene investigating this since a little before 9 o'clock last night. So quite a long night and morning for investigators. Now they are continuing to try to track this person down, believed to be 29-year-old Othel Wallace. Now when you take a look at him in this body camera video, you can see him being approached by the law enforcement officer. When he was asked if he lived there, the man refused to answer his questions and did not listen listened to the officer when he was told to sit down in the car. The suspect moves closer to the officer when there is a brief struggle and then a gunshot. When other nearby officers on the radio got no response from the officer, they rushed to his location where they found him lying on the ground, suffering from a gunshot wound to the head. Now here's what we also have found out about the suspect, Othel Wallace. He has 9 mugshots for arrests in Volusia County dating back to 2012. 5 of them are felony cases. Something interesting to note about the suspect's history is that he used to live at the Florida United Methodist Children's Home, a child welfare facility that recently made headlines for 2 troubled children who opened fire on Volusia County deputies. Now again, this suspect is considered armed and dangerous. Do not approach him, but if you have information that can lead to his arrest, you're encouraged to call 911. Again, people are looking for 29-year-old Othel Wallace. Reporting live in Daytona Beach, Amanda McKenzie, Fox 35 News.
Amanda, thanks. Yeah, looking through his arrest record, he had multiple arrests in multiple counties as well. Of course, a lot of focus on the officer this morning. We do know he's a 26-year-old young officer, very much fighting for his life. There is a very heavy-hearted side of that from the police right now. They have the latest. Let's get right now to Jessica Albert. She is live at Halifax, where that officer is fighting for his life.
Hey Ryan, I was just in that news conference with the chief where he told us that the officer is out of surgery. He says that the surgery was successful in some ways where the officer is seeing some improvement, but he says that if this officer makes it, he still has a long road to go. We've said it multiple times. This officer is just 26 years old, and the chief was very emotional when he was talking about the officer. He said, as I know Danielle and Kristen have said, that this officer doesn't have kids or a wife or anyone like that at the hospital with him. He just has his mother here now, and he says that this officer has been with the police department for 3 years, and he says that if his officer can pull through this, he knows that officer will be back to work the next day to do his job. Now, the chief said multiple times to us that he was heartbroken over this situation, not just because his officer was shot, but also because he says that he works very hard and his officers work very hard to change the perception of police when it comes to the community. He says they do a lot of outreach and things like that to make sure that people know this. Now, there are several police officers and the chief here. They're all praying for this officer to make sure that they're surrounding him in prayer to make sure that he has well wishes in the hospital with him as he tries to recover. There are a couple of other things that I wanted to report that the chief also said to us. These are regarding the suspect. He says that the suspect, where that shooting happens, he has a family that lives in that apartment complex where the shooting happens. He also said inside that apartment, the chief and the police found 3 ballistic vests, lots of ammunition, a firearm, and things like that. He says that the search for this suspect has expanded. He couldn't tell us exactly how far it has expanded, but they are still looking for this suspect, and Fox 35 is going to stay up to date with the chief and the police department on any information, and we'll stay out here at the hospital and check in on this officer's condition. But for now, we're live in Daytona Beach. Jessica Albert, Fox 35 News.
Jessica, thanks. Certainly a lot of prayers for that officer this morning. The incident she talked about, and of course the apartment she talked about right behind us, that's where they found all of the ammunition. That's where they found the ballistic vests as well. And that's also where they say Othel Wallace did have family in here. In terms of walking behind the building, that's where his car was. And if you watch the video, it was very defensive right from the get-go when that 26-year-old officer came up. So we don't know exactly what led to that. As we said before, with his history, no stranger to law enforcement for sure. We will continue to follow this. We've got team coverage this morning from Volusia County as there is a massive manhunt with a 26-year-old Daytona Beach officer right now fighting for his life in critical condition. Stay with Fox 35 throughout the morning. Let's go back to the studio.